indeed, it is true. The trade is still scandalously stupid, but it becomes a scandal of an entirely different level if it isn't.
Brittney Griner is a man. Well, come on now. This is another conspiracy situation, but you see this picture. No shirt. It's apparently an old photo.
Matt Walsh just dropped a bombshell. He claims to have real locker room footage of Brittney Griner, and he says this ain't like those blurry poolside clips floating around online.
Not the topless pool videos that have been floating online. This is different.
Nah, he says this one shows everything. And if it's real, it could set off a scandal so big, it might take down the WNBA, the NBA, and even shake the White House. He's been on this since the day she got swapped for Victor Bout. Yeah, that Victor, the merchant of death, and Walsh never backed off. He's been saying from the jump that something felt off with her whole situation, and now he's calling this video the proof he's been holding on to. He's not just naming Griner, he's naming the whole system that shielded her. Everybody remembers that prisoner swap. Griner got flown back first, before Paul Whelan, a Marine who's still stuck overseas, and before Mark Fogel, a teacher nobody even talks about. The US traded all that for one WNBA player.
Some of us were immediately suspicious about the reasoning behind this decision. This was especially the case given the fact that other Americans like former Marine Paul Whelan, schoolteacher Mark Fogel, were left to languish in Russian labor camps while the basketball player was brought home.
And Bout, a man known for fueling global chaos. That clip of the handoff, people still play it in disbelief. And here's where it starts heating up. Walsh says the numbers never added up. On his show, he ripped into the Biden administration, calling the trade political theater. According to him, this wasn't about justice or diplomacy. It was about keeping the WNBA's moneymaker in the spotlight.
All the exposure that you gave me, my family, to get me home. I really appreciate it. That coverage was much needed.
Just for speaking out about low salaries.
Without Griner, the league had no face left to market, no star to slap on their ads. And that's why he claims the government folded under pressure. But this new leak, it's different. It's what Walsh calls the missing puzzle piece. He's been saying for months that Griner got treatment no other player did, and now he's hinting why. Look around. Other athletes got punished hard for way less. Sha'Carri Richardson got banned over a weed test. Serena got grilled for wearing a damn catsuit. And even WNBA stars got fined for simple t-shirts during protests. Remember those pay us what you owe us shirts? That alone got players hit with penalties. But Griner, she protested the anthem, yet got the biggest marketing push in the league. She became the face of every major campaign. Gatorade, Nike, you name it. Walsh says that ain't coincidence. That's the league protecting their golden ticket, the one name they couldn't afford to lose. Now here's where things go from rumors to full-on panic. Walsh didn't just tease a recycled clip. He went on air and said this one leaves zero doubt about Griner's gender. Yeah, that rumor's been lurking for years, but nothing ever stuck. Walsh claims this is what flips everything. He hasn't revealed what's exactly on it, but online it's chaos. Some are guessing it's a shower cam leak. Others say locker room footage. Nobody knows yet, and Walsh isn't showing it. Not yet, which is why social media's on edge, waiting to see if he's bluffing or about to break the internet. One fan on TikTok even said this makes it all add up, especially since Griner was held in a male prison while in Russia. That detail got buried fast, and fans think the WNBA's been dodging that topic on purpose. So now the question isn't just, is the footage real? It's why everyone's been trying so hard to hide it. People on Reddit are already losing it. They're saying if this clip is real, the WNBA can't play silent anymore. It's game over. Some even think Matt Walsh is planning to drop it during the playoffs to make sure the impact hits like a bomb. And here's the wildest part. The only reason the league hasn't spoken out yet might be because Walsh is holding that tape like a loaded weapon. If he leaks it, this stops being gossip. It turns into a full-on disaster. And that's why this ain't just a Brittney Griner problem anymore. It's the entire WNBA on the chopping block. Let's be real. Brittney's not just a player. She is the league's identity. Or was, until Caitlin Clark started stealing the spotlight. But for the last 2 years, the Russia swap, the White House photo ops, the Redemption Media Tour, it was all Griner.
I assumed that was the case from the beginning. I assume it because I reflexively disbelieve everything this administration says. Also because a Griner or no one offer from Russia makes it easier on the White House. Okay, Russia would actually be doing the White House a favor by saying, we'll give you her or we'll give you nobody. Because it just makes it a simpler choice. But Russia's not interested in making things easier. It puts Biden in a more precarious and politically difficult situation to make him choose which American he wants. And so it just makes logical sense that Russia would prefer to put him in that situation. Especially because they likely knew that he would humiliate himself and his country by extension by choosing the lesbian basketball player over the Marine.
Front and center. Every deal, every ad, every tear-filled interview about resilience, that's the image they sold non-stop. But if she gets exposed, then all of that starts to look fake. And once fans feel they've been played, oh, they don't forgive easily. It gets ugly, fast. Here's what the league's scared of: lawsuits. If it turns out Griner didn't meet the gender requirements and still dominated the women's league, players could sue. Teams that lost titles could sue. Brands that spent millions could demand their money back. The whole foundation cracks, and when sponsors bail to protect their image, those fresh TV deals vanish overnight. But the drama doesn't stop with the money. This isn't just about basketball. The U.S. government literally stepped in to bring Brittney home.
Does the White House have any indication that this negotiation is foundational and or could lead to greater communication with Russia up to and including about Ukraine?
So look, this release culminated after an extraordinary amount of hard work by many people just across the U.S. government, as I just laid out early on, and our national security team, obviously. It was about securing Brittney's release, pure and simple. That's what this was about. That's what this particular action was about. As we stated numerous occasions, the U.S. government engaged with Russian government through every available channel to bring Griner and Paul Whelan home.
They made her a symbol. If this explodes now, people won't just come for the league. They'll say the White House helped cover it up. We're talking investigations, Congress hearings, news outlets on fire. The WNBA gets dragged into a political war it can't survive. Just watch this clip of Queen Jean-Pierre from back then, backing Brittney's case like it was national business. And now, the locker room, it's about to erupt. If this footage is real, players won't just be shocked, they'll be furious. Some were benched, some cut, and others might have been hurt competing against Griner. Look at this clip. Rookie Sonia Citron hits a three and instantly gets flattened by 6 feet 9 inches Griner. Stuff like this is exactly why players might argue they were put in danger. And if it turns out X knew all along and still let it happen, oh, it's over. Boycotts, mass walkouts, players demanding Kathy Engelbert step down. That trust between players and league, gone. But here's what could really end careers: the cover-up. If Walsh has this clip, fans will assume the league saw it first. And if Engelbert or anyone on the inside tried to hide it, that's not just bad PR. That's lawsuits, investigations, firings left and right. And once the public believes they've been lied to about Brittney, every single other scandal comes rushing back. All of it. The rigged calls, the favoritism, the Candace Parker payout rumors, it all starts to look like part of a crooked system. The WNBA stops being a rising league and starts looking like it's rotten from the top. And here's the twist no one's ready for. Walsh might not even plan to leak it. Not yet. Because what if this isn't just about exposing Griner? What if it's leverage? That tape, it might be the only reason he hasn't blown this up already. Dropping it would torch the league. But holding it, that makes Walsh the most dangerous man in women's basketball right now. And fans are starting to catch on. They're whispering that Walsh could be bleeding the league behind the scenes. He knows they're terrified of that tape going public, which means they'll do anything to keep it hidden. That could mean hush money, that could mean execs secretly feeding him dirt, or even deals being cut behind closed doors. Why drop your nuke when you can make them sweat, make them pay? Just listen to him. Walsh flat out called the Griner swap a stupid move.
How have you found the resilience personally to be here with us?
You know, I'm no stranger to hard times, so. See, you cried and you made me cry.
Said she hadn't even been locked up that long, not compared to others who got left behind. And now, it looks like he's holding all the cards. It's comments like this that got fans convinced Matt Walsh is playing chess, not checkers. People think he's sitting on something even bigger, and every day he stays silent, the pressure builds. Reddit's buzzing, TikTok's spinning. The streets are saying this ain't just suspense. Something's moving behind the scenes. And if the WNBA suddenly folds on other scandals or changes up their narrative, people will connect those dots real fast. But let's talk strategy. If Walsh is really trying to blow this up, he's not gonna waste it on a quiet news day. Nah, he's waiting for a moment that hits hard, like the WNBA Finals, or a Caitlin Clark headline game breaking viewership records. If he drops it then, the league won't just take damage, it'll be crippled in real time. Look at that Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark showdown. Packed crowds, all eyes on the court. Imagine the bomb getting dropped right in the middle of that spotlight. There's no hiding from it. Every network, every timeline, every sports outlet. Boom! Front page chaos! And it doesn't stop there. Just holding the footage gives other voices a reason to speak up. Former executives, cut players, maybe even current stars who felt sidelined in the name of protecting Brittney's image. One piece of proof is all it takes, then the floodgates open. Now it's not just Walsh versus Griner, it's a full-blown league takedown from all angles. And while the league stays quiet, they're actually making it worse. If they over-promote Griner again,
and as you may expect, it's got a lot of people asking the same question. Is that really a she? Now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense that when she was in Russia, that they decided to put her in a men's prison.
or push her in another campaign, or try to act like nothing's going on, it's more fuel. Every misstep they make now will only make people believe Walsh when he finally drops the tape. But here's the theory fans really can't stop whispering about. Walsh might never drop the footage, unless the price is right. Think about it. He stays trending, avoids legal smoke, and keeps the WNBA on edge just by holding it. That's power. And if the league tries to buy time, tries to spin the story, he just sits back and watches the panic. And the timing? That might be the most savage part of all. If Brittney lands another endorsement or the league tries to crown her the face of some empowerment campaign and then he drops the video, there's no recovery from that. The message becomes clear. They knew and still pushed the lie. That's career-ending stuff. That's why this silence is terrifying. It's not just quiet, it's tactical, and everyone feels it. Sponsors are stalling. Players are restless. Fans are reading every tweet like it's a coded message. And don't forget, this ain't just a WNBA mess. The US government stepped in to make that Russia trade happen. Brittney got brought home before a Marine, Paul Whelan, and before a teacher, Mark Fogel. And to make it happen, they handed over Victor Bout, the merchant of death. That deal always smelled off. Now it smells like a cover-up. If this video drops and the rumors line up, that deal looks real shady. Suddenly the government ain't just helping an athlete, they're helping hide the truth. And when DC gets dragged in, oh, it's hearings, investigations, and political firestorms. Congress will want answers, executives will get pulled in. It'll be way bigger than sports, because then it's not just about Brittney, it's about what they sacrificed to protect her image, what they covered up, what they sold to keep her brand alive. Right now, everyone tied to this. The WNBA, the NBA, sponsors, even folks in DC. They're all holding their breath. Walsh hasn't dropped the footage. He hasn't denied it. He hasn't said anything. And every second that passes, the panic grows. Because when that video drops, if it really exists, it's not just Brittney's career that's going up in flames, it's the whole system. Make sure you like, share, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for part 4. Because trust me, this story's not done yet. See you on the next one.